For managing your printer settings, there's a new page setup routine that's available, and this is going to be similar to AutoCAD. You can get to it by clicking this icon here or going to your file menu and simply choosing Page Setup Manager. And essentially what it allows you to do is save, you can consider it to be a profile of different printer settings that you might be using, different sheet sizes, and just general settings that you tend to set up all the time, and unless you save them as a configuration that you can reuse over and over. And once you have these configurations set up, it's suggested that you save them to a template, and then that way every time you create a new drawing, those settings are available for you to use. So if we look at this one here, I created a laser printer and I modify that. It'll look like the print dialog, and really it is. And then here you just set up what printer you're going to use, what sheet size, or how is it going to be scaled, are you centering on the page, what print style are you using, CTB, etc. And once you have these saved or configured, they're saved, and then you can reuse them in other drawings. And you can also set up for your paper space views. You're going to see in here too there's some improvements where you got this background here of your sheet size, so you can visually just see how your viewports and your objects are going to fit on that sheet and title block that in this example that I've got inserted. And again, you can right click on your layout tab and go to the page setup manager, and here's some configurations that I got set up for my paper space views. And when you go to print, it's just going to use the default configuration that you've got set. So if I open up this manager again, for this overview paper space that I've got created, I've got this highlighted, and that has been made current. So now when I go to print, it's going to use this configuration, and it's going to load those settings. And one thing I want to point out here is you can now also specify the number of copies when you go to print. Previous versions, as you might be aware of, if you wanted to print multiple copies, you had to hit the print command twice or more times, depending on how many copies you wanted to print. So now that we're looking at a paper space view here, you're going to see I've got a viewport here and it's circular. So one other new feature is irregular or non-rectangular viewports are now supported. So if I had, if we go to create a viewport, and we select this option here, it lets me create a viewport that's not rectangular. And if you wanted to make a circular viewport, the trick to do that is just draw a circle. Let's say right here. Go to create your viewport and choose entity, and then simply select the circle. And you can see our viewport's in there now, and you just zoom in, and so this is perfect for doing details. And so those are the new features. The first one is page setup, and the other one is non-rectangular viewports for your paper space views.